As we approach the Western Pennsylvania Golf Association's 125th Amateur Championship, we reflect on the origins of the event and the origins and influence of one of our 5 founding clubs and the host of the very first West Penn Am in 1899, the Pittsburgh Golf Club.
We're standing here on the beginnings of golf, the wellspring of golf in Pittsburgh, here in Schenley Park at the Pittsburgh Golf Club, which was originally called Shadyside Golf Club in 1896 when they first put some tin cans in the ground and played golf here, and then was formalized as Pittsburgh Golf Club in 1897 when they built the first formal golf course, which was built by a Scottish immigrant by the name of Mark Ormison, whose son George eventually became the secretary of the West Penn Golf Association and was the first West Penn Amateur Champion in 1899 when the West Penn Golf Association was formed and held its first championships here on the 9-hole course in Schenley Park. This is definitely the place here in Western Pennsylvania where golf started to grow and people were drawn into the game. In the late 19th century, early 20th century, the model for golf here in America was really what was going on in Scotland. And you know, the golf courses in Scotland were primarily built on public parkland and integrates the golf course into the town. And so here in Pittsburgh, where are we going to do that? We've got to have enough land to be able to play golf on, and then we've got to have close enough private land where we can go ahead and build our club. And that was basically the model for how you were going to build a club at that time. And so the Pittsburgh Golf Club is really built using the Scottish model that you see in St. Andrews and some of the other places in Scotland. One of the primary things here is to understand that the very first president of Pittsburgh Golf Club was Mayor George Guthrie, and how influential that was to the development of the club and of golf here in the city of Pittsburgh, and kind of facilitating being able to build the course on city land at that time. So just a really cool part of the history of the place. And we're going to walk down the hallway here just a minute. We're going to get a chance to go in the men's locker room. And when you go in here, this is a really special place. And I think one of the unique things here when you walk into this space is to see its general nature and to look and go, this facility was built before Allegheny Country Club, before Oakmont Country Club, but many of the members at both of those clubs were members here at Pittsburgh Golf Club at the same time. And this would have been kind of the model for what they were used to as a locker room. When you think back to the start of the West Penn Golf Association in May of 1899, the Pittsburgh Golf Club was one of its founding clubs, and some of the members here at Pittsburgh Golf Club were also members at other clubs. So the Byers family, H.C. Phones, who eventually founded Oakmont, he was a member here. In fact, he was the club champion here at Pittsburgh Golf Club in 1899. And so when you're looking at these foundational families of golf here in Western Pennsylvania, and they were trying to figure out where to have their first championships, the geographical centralized location of this club was probably one of the most influential things to be able to get them to play here. Playing here in Schenley Park made logical sense because they didn't have automobiles and there were no trolleys, and so getting to some place to be able to play would have been a bit of a challenge as well. So I don't think too much of a stretch to think that those people were maybe potentially sitting in this place making that decision going, well, let's just play them here.
The list of West Penn amateur champions is highlighted by 7 USGA champions, with the likes of Arnold Palmer, Nathan Smith, and W.C. Phones, the son of Oakmont founder H.C. Phones. W.C. held the record with 8 West Penn amateur titles. That was until Sean Knapp tied that mark in 2018 and passed it in 2023 with a record 9th West Penn Amateur, a remarkable accomplishment that included 6 straight victories in the event from 1998 through 2003.
For me, there were only real two big tournaments. It would have been the Pennsylvania State Amateur, and there was the West Penn Amateur. And the West Penn Amateur was a storied tradition. It was something that I focused on every year. I won my first one in '88, and then went through a nice streak in the late '90s and early 2000 where I won 6 in a row. We can go through many people, but I think that if you're from Western Pennsylvania, you think about Arnold Palmer, all he's done for the game. But we've had so many other greats. Frank Fuhrer was a young player whenever I was growing up, and we idolized and looked at him. Then afterwards, people like Nathan Smith.
This year, the West Penn Amateur heads to Johnstown, to Sunnyhanna Country Club, a historic venue masterfully tucked into the Allegheny Mountains. A wellspring of national amateur golf itself, Sunnyhanna will welcome the area's best with the next 125 years of WPGA Amateur Championship history set to unfold.